Hey guys, I'm popping in here because you're probably wondering, like, what are you doing? I am in the process of putting some of my die cuts that you see laid out here. I just kind of have them sorted by size and type into these composition notebooks. These all primarily are from a from Pink Paisley. Yeah, they're mostly Pink Paisley with some other kind of exclusive from when I used to belong to a kit club that I thought went well with this. There's not very much of that, but I'm going to be putting them in this notebook here. This is just from the Dollar Tree. I've gone ahead and I have glued with liquid glue some wax paper. So sorry if you can see the reflection. So I've put the wax paper on both sides. This is not my invention. This is something that many scrapbookers have probably shown on their channels. You may have even seen them using it. I first started, when I first learned about this, it was from Janet from RTS Scrapbooking. But some scrappy friends have also shifted over to this method for just their regular die cuts. I'm doing something a little bit different only because I'm trying to put some of my most commonly used lines or designers together. So I already have done the Maggie Holmes crepe paper. There's a separate notebook for that. This will be the Pink Paisley. I definitely will not use up, obviously I don't have that. I won't fill up this notebook, but it will help me because this is not Pink Paisley. This is something else. But so that I don't have to take everything out, it will allow me to get a visual as I'm flipping through. So I'm gonna go and do this, and then I will come back and show you guys the finished product just so that you can see. Okay, this one in particular, I like the fact that it was purple because it is going to represent where I have a little bit more of purpley tones in my stash. Not all of it, but how I organize the die cuts, these are Pink Paisley, and how I organize them is by size in this one, not really color or theme. You'll see a little bit something different with the crepe paper one that I'm going to show you and do a quick flip through. So these are, you shifted from kind of the larger die cuts into frames. And so you'll see okay, that's a mouthful. A continuation of frames and some additional die cuts that I was able to fill in kind of some of the gaps, some of like the medium size die cuts. And then this is where we start anything with pretty much with writing or letters, things like that. So this is not by color. Like I mentioned, normally that is how I scrap, is by color. But in this one, I wanted to be very deliberate in how I organized it. Like I knew this one had a lot of florals, so I wanted to have all the florals together for the most part. Some animals, some of the hearts, like they're all here together, some of the cups, some of the clothing. I don't have a ton of this, and these are not die cuts that I currently own collections, like where I bought everything. I may have papers that go along with this, but how I organize my Pink Paisley, I just have like a Pink Paisley folder basically for my paper. And so we go from, I just go, anytime that I work with any of those papers, I know I can pull these die cuts from here. So this is probably not a great representation here, but this is how I was storing them. So I had the one for pink paisley, I had one for crepe paper, I had one for that was a mishmash of pink fresh and cocoa vanilla. And then this is Jen Hatfield. So I got a little tired. I don't always dislike this process of going through the die cuts like this, but it's not my favorite. I have a sticker binder, which I will link to the end cards at the end if you're interested in learning about my color binder that I use. And I think it'll work a little bit better in trying to organize die cuts instead of having this. I have quite a bit of crepe paper. Again, I don't have these collections, these papers anymore, but I have plenty of die cuts. And if you know anything about Maggie Holmes or crepe paper, you know that they tend to use similar colors, motifs, even sometimes. So this one, I was very deliberate. I did organize this by color. So here are the yellows, here's some of the blues and teals. And so you'll see I have quite a bit of different collections here. It's all a mishmash. I did not want to take the time to separate them by like collections, with the exception of, this is the multicolor one. This is the black and white. And here are a bunch of animals. You guys, I don't even know if I'll ever use these animals, but it's the last chance binder, right? All these big leaves. I don't know if I'll ever use these big leaves. Some additional kind of large die cuts. These are the ones in the next two pages, next few pages are the ones that I kept together. So this is I think the collection was called Snowflake. I can't be 100% sure, but I decided to keep all of this because I think I still have this paper pad somewhere. So I wanted to keep these die cuts together. This was all from this. All I got was the 6x8 paper pad. I think this was a peachy cheap 6x8 paper pad, the die cuts, and I think like thickers, but they were more like the puffy gold letters. So that's this one I kept together. All that rambling to just say I kept it together. This is a crepe paper travel. So I have still quite a bit, because where did we go in the last, I don't know about you guys, but I really haven't gone anywhere in the last couple of years. So 2019, we got a lot of traveling in there for 2019, but not so much for the next 2 years. So, but we have trips coming in our future. So I kept this particular collection together so that I can quickly pull from it. And then I had this, I don't even know where I bought it. I think it was on clearance at either Hobby Lobby. It's like to keep your journals or your planners and things together. But Jeannie was showing that she just uses headbands, and they have the little rubbery grips on the side. That's like perfect. So I'm going to be on the lookout for that for this other notebook. So far, so good. They're staying pretty flat. I am trying to make a conscious effort to make sure, like, when I glued this, to like put weight on it so that it doesn't get too fanned out. So yeah, that's the process, you guys. And I hope you'll tune in to hopefully see some future layouts with those notebooks and the die cuts in them. All right. Talk soon. Bye.